So I have some pretty exciting news. It's very exciting for me, at least, and that is Bernie is going to come out on vinyl. But we're only pressing 500 copies because there's you have to estimate where if each country has like record label, not record label, a record store buyers or CD sellers if they're interested, and unfortunately, the numbers weren't very high. So 500 was, I think, the most that that I could get them to press. But I think I'm gonna actually buy out most of the stock just for collector's sake, because it already means so much to me to have Burning Out, as it is, just something that I've always wanted to do, but it being on vinyl is like the ultimate fruit of my labor, I guess. Just because I've always wanted it to be heard on vinyl, and more importantly, I think Bernie sounds best when played at 45 RPM on vinyl, as opposed to the regular speed 33. Um, just because I've always had like this really intense like infatuation, love for this like really fast, kind of weird fantasy-ish music. And so, for my own record to be able to sound like that, and it's not, I feel like it sounds pretty dead on to that thing that I love. And so, yeah, I just hope that everyone will uh, enjoy some of these snippets that I'll upload. So anyway, this is The Adventures of Burning the Schoolboy on 45 RPM. So I guess just a few things I wanted to mention. Um, Apparently YouTube lets you upload more than 10 minutes of content now, so I'm just gonna upload the entire MP3, as in the entire record sped up. Um, People who know me know that I've always really loved really strange and fast music. Um, it's not just any fast music, but it's kind of like fantasy-ish music, or video game music, or classical music, baroque music. But when they're really fast, like that's when I get especially like excited about them. And I think with Bernie, um, how I made this discovery was that when we were mastering the record, just out of curiosity, I also requested like a vinyl copy, a vinyl version of it. And then because I've always had this fetish of listening to things sped up, and there's 33 RPM and 45 RPM, and then there's like 73, I don't know. Um, as an experiment, I sped it up to 45. And 73 was not, you couldn't even really hear anything anymore. But to 45, it was just, it, for one, I think listening to it at 33 and a third, I think, it already kind of blew me away, because when I made Bernie, like I said, I really wished it was, like, it was meant for vinyl, because I was going for that, 70s sound. Um, so when I heard it on vinyl, it was already like, it was like, oh my god, like this was how it was always meant to be heard. But when I changed it to 45, I felt that even deeper. Like, oh, this is, Bernie. Bernie was always meant to be heard like this, because when I was making Bernie, my goal was to, create like I said, that fast, like fantasy-esque music that I really like, with lots of really like tightly packed and very like very, I guess, imaginative and like just fantastic arrangements. And over the vinyl, over the record player, and then sped up like that, it sounds it sounds exactly like the in that it gave me all the things that I was looking for when I listen to music that I like. So I just highly recommend that if you do get a vinyl copy, you know, please listen to Bernie like that, because that's in its best state possible. It'll convey all the right things, even much more strongly than when it is just played at regular speed, you know, over like just your CD player, you know. Um, so yeah, uh, the one of the unfortunate things about this recording is that, well, one, you're gonna hear me really clumsily put on the vinyl and then flip it. The other thing is that because, again, I'm such a klutz, I accidentally scratched the vinyl. I don't think it's like a real vinyl copy. It's like a much more like delicate material, so it got scratched very, very easily. Um, so Plotting Revenge it skips a lot. Well, it skips like one whole verse and chorus, and then half of We Just Won't Know is gone, and like half of Chitter Chat Reprise is gone. Chitter Chat Reprise actually skips quite a lot. My favorite songs on this, I mean, I really love the entire album like this, but the songs that jump out to me especially would be the most Apathy, because there's that little sprightly melody in Apathy, and then when it's sped up, it's even more like otherworldly. So Apathy, Chitter Chat, Only Child, and The Revenge of the Farm Animals. I The Revenge of the Farm Animals will be my absolute favorite. Will always be, you know, my absolute favorite. Uh, because when I wrote the song, I really intended it to be like a very Babe-esque, you know, Babe the Sheep Pig-esque soundtrack song. Um, and then you know how in Babe they have the little three little mice who sing at the start of each chapter? This totally makes it even more like that. And, you know, again, like the record player sound gives it that like scratchy old sound. So it gives it, I think, even a more like warm and fuzzy veil. So I just can't say enough good things about this 45 RPM MP3. So like I said, to me this video is very important because I feel like this way you'll hear Bernie how it's meant to be heard. So even if you don't get a copy of the vinyl, you can come here to listen to it. And you know, being the author of this like audio storybook, I just think this is the best way it could be presented in. So anyway, sheesh, I talked for a really long time. Here it is, and enjoy.